So it's day 2 of the learning exchange and it's going really well.
I really like this.
I feel like we should just start with that, like with the fish.
I think Jenny's presentation was very informational, and how she explained the Ahupua'a system, which was like the pie-shaped system for each of the villages.
If you imagine the island like a pie or a pizza, you slice a pie or a pizza, you get those triangular shaped slices, and that was very similar to the way Hawaiians divided land. And they did that because one slice from the mountain to the sea would contain everything that they needed for survival.
I think it's really interesting because the way it's set up is that each village has the same terrain. They both have the land, they both have the ocean. So it's kind of fair for everybody, and everyone experiences the same as everybody else. So there's no bickering about who has the best land.
How often do you have student groups visit, and what lesson plans do you use?
So our Kapapakai Marine Science program for youth happens 10 Saturdays over a 6-month period. So they might come every other Saturday or every 2 Saturdays. We have a little leeway for weather. If we can't have the kids here a certain day, then we'll just have it the next week. So as far as how often, it's 10 times in a 6-month period. And then in the summertime, we have a program where they come 5 days straight. It's our summer camp program. And then in the fall, they come 2 days. And then we start all over again the next year.
So what I liked about Jenny's presentation was she gave the group some really good creative options for fundraising.
Try to do is look for grants. Like the State Farm one was good because we were able to get things for the Marine Science program that after the Marine Science program was out would benefit the Makai Watch program, for instance the binoculars. The kids use the binoculars to learn about Makai Watch, and then when the kids aren't here, Makai Watch is using binoculars. So little things like that, you're able to sort of double use instead of getting rid of it.
What subjects do you teach about here in your marine science class?
Some of the subjects that we teach here in our Kapapakai Marine Science class include marine debris. We teach about critters that live in the tide pools.
She took us out to the tide pools, and even just that little area of water, just about knee high, is like teeming with life.
We teach about the dynamics of waves and what causes ocean swells and currents. We teach about all the species that use this area, like the oopu fish that requires both freshwater and ocean water to survive, and a lot of other things. It's really endless what we teach here with Kapapakai.
We learned a lot, and I think a lot of us had fun there.
The community is pretty tight-knit. And we learned quickly that it would actually take prominent members of our community sharing our information with other people in the community. We do take people from all over the place. You cannot even be here and come volunteer with our organization. But it took people who were from our community to get our own community involved. So a lot of the things that we have them do is just talk story one-on-one, give them information. We hand out these really cool cards that has information about our Makai Watch program on it. It's really just being present. We show up at all the community meetings. We just have a super presence. We go into the elementary schools and we do presentations about our organization and the Marine Life Conservation District. So it's really just being hands-on with them and having it be faces that they know, recognize, and respect. And then we're able to branch out from there.
1, 2, 3, aloha!
So we go to the Waimea Valley Botanical Garden, and that's where we meet Buddy.
Been regularly in tradition, Waimea Valley, just as you'll get to know in further detail, is a very special place. It was the home of the high priest of the island for about 1,000 years, as far as we know, to our known knowledge. And in entering a special place like this, anytime anybody visited, what they had to do is a sort of protocol to be able to announce who they are and why they've come.
Areas at Waimea Valley is almost similar to the Chamorro zone. Before you ask permission to go into the jungle, the Guelas and Guelu. And so, yeah, it was very similar, except they do it in like singing form or chanting form. So yeah, it was very similar, but also yet different from Guam's way.
Because these islands are and have tall volcanic mountains with enough water and enough nutrition in the soil to sustain us. But there was no need to leave it.
The grass isn't greener.
Yeah.
One thing that I can take from that was just just how green it was, how many plants there are, and how many endangered species there are. So it kind of made me aware of just how much we need to protect the land because of all these endangered things that can one day go away.
Back up for the collection, and also for outplanting what we collected from the mountains. We bring it down, we grow it, and also we do have a plant sale just for us to be sustainable. You know, from the botanical collection, plants from there, and also up from the mountains, we do sell it if we have extra. One is similar to this half flower you see here that's white.
Yeah.
So one of the mountain ones looks similar to this, but another one is yellow with really pointed petals. Yeah.
The one you're talking about yesterday.
Hibiscus coquille, and it's red.
That looks like a cross between a plane tree and a hibiscus.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so
Hibiscus.
the Hawaiians used to use the red petals as red dye for the kapa. Yeah. And this one we found there is a population up at Waimea, like up in the mountains.
2, 3.
Coming up, our episode concludes in Maui.